Hey guys, I am sitting here in my office where I do readings some of the time, and I just got done channeling for a client. And as he was leaving, he made this comment that he found this work really refreshing because usually when he goes and sees healers, it's all kind of light and love and positive messages. And it often leaves him feeling somehow empty or dissatisfied. And what he liked about the work that we just did is that, I went deep into the rage and into the anger and the disowned aggression, and that it actually helped him to feel much more complete and whole, and that it was actually a relief to him. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because it's such an important part of the spiritual path and spiritual work. Truly, the only, or I should say, the quickest way to the higher self, the quickest way to the true, authentic higher self is through the lower self. Why is this the case? Because when you are willing to own your lower self, that is a higher self action. When you disown the lower self, when you disown the parts of you that get angry, when you disown the parts of you that hate, when you disown the parts of you that get competitive, when you disown the parts of you that have aggression, when you disown the parts of you that are predator, when you disown that and push it away, you're not actually in an authentic higher self. Because what you're essentially saying is, I'm good as long as I am not those things. I am good in spite of myself. Those are the negative parts of me. I'm going to be in the positive love and light. There's a tension there, and there's a duality there. And you can't really authentically know your own goodness there because you're feeling good in spite of something that you're disowning, in spite of so-called negativity that you're disowning. But when you are willing to actually own those parts of yourself with consciousness, with an intention to heal, with an intention to take responsibility for yourself and your feelings and your actions, with an intention to know yourself fully, when you can experience your own hatred, your own anger, your own darkness, and take responsibility for it as yours, and know those parts of yourself, and still know your goodness there. That is when you truly know yourself as good. Not good in spite of something, not good in spite of these other parts of you. All of you is good. You are whole and you are good. Ownership of the lower self is an act of the higher self. And that's why I say the quickest way to the higher self is through the lower self. And then when you yourself are willing to own your lower self and to see your humanity there and to see your goodness there, you can then hold that space for other people. But when you're denying it in yourself, you're going to deny it in other people as well. And that's why we see so much spiritual bypassing in the New Age community. We see so many healers who have judgment about the lower self and make clients feel judged and don't create a space where everything is welcome. And that's not helpful or healing. So my invitation to all of you out there is to really allow yourself to know your lower self and to understand that this is a part of humanity. It's part of what makes us human. It's part of what we came down here to do. If we weren't meant to have this broad range of feelings and emotions, we would have stayed up in the spirit world. We came down here to incarnate in these bodies, and these bodies process feelings, and some of those feelings are anger, hatred, cruelty. We all have it. We all have it. And if you're telling yourself you don't have it in you, you are part of the problem. And when you're willing to acknowledge that this is sometimes a part of you, you are part of the healing. Okay. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. Thanks, guys.